What's up, guys? It's that time of year where some of us are very stressed, um, lack of sleep, or drinking a lot of caffeine, whatever it is, because it's exam period. And so, I would like to share some of my tips for a more efficient revision that some of you guys may be seeking. So I can only speak for myself and what I've learned. So I hope that this video will help someone who is seeking to have a more efficient and successful revision. So I came up with an abbreviation for SMART. And SMART, I use S to stand for study, and like exercising, you don't wait to feel like exercising to exercise, because that feeling may not come. And so if you're waiting for the feeling to study, then it's just gonna be too late. It's just gonna be too late. I used to do this. I used to stand there, look at this blank piece of paper, and ask myself, when is that feeling gonna come? So I just sit there, get all distracted by Facebook or by texting or whatever. Sit there, and half an hour later, I start doing my revision, and then after an hour, I call it a day and say, "Yep, I did 1 hour of revision." I did 1 hour of sitting down, but technically I just did half an hour. So don't wait for that feeling to come before you study. Just study. Like what Nike says, just do it. So study. Be in that mindset. Don't wait for the feeling, because if you wait for the feeling, it might be too late. I used to do this in GCSE, and well, I did alright in GCSE. I did pretty good actually, but it doesn't work for A levels or if you're in uni. So I used to do just sit there like what I told you, stare at this blank piece of paper, and then when I feel like it, I start doing stuff. But that usually comes after 3 days before the exam, and that will be too late for A levels or uni, whatever degree you're doing. And so yeah, just study. S stands for study. That's my abbreviation for SMART. M, I chose moderately. I used to be that kind of guy that just study for 2 hours, 3 hours, and I've been watching and reading some informations, and they discourage that, and so I would study 1 hour and a half maximum, or 1 hour, and then take a short break, probably 30 minutes. I don't do very exciting stuff in my break, just in case I have this big euphoric experience that causes me to erase everything that I've learned. So yeah, study moderately, and don't just study for 4 hours, 5 hours, or unless you're me. I don't think that will work for me. So I would study moderately, so I don't lose too much interest, I don't become psychologically stressed or exhausted, and I don't just basically sit there and when my brain's memory capacity is so low. And so yeah, study moderately. Then I use A to stand for attention. So S stands for study, M stands for moderation, and A stands for attention. Basically, some of us likes to listen to music while studying. You may listen to rap, popular music, jazz, I don't know what you listen to, classical music, opera, but I'm a bit more lenient on classical music, just because it's not upbeat, it's not too distracting, it's not too catchy. You may argue that yeah, music helps you revise, yeah, but it doesn't give you that full attention, because study all you want, but a bit of your brain capacity is listening to the music and processing it. So not all or not most of your brain has its attention on your work. So you're competing with stimulus such as music. So yeah, avoid catchy music if you can, because at the end of the day, you won't be listening to that music when you're in that exam condition. So where is that music to stimulate your memory? It's not there. Unless you have an earphone that's see-through, that's Bluetooth wireless for you to listen to it. In that case, you might as well record the answers to the questions in your exam, which would be cheating. And so, yeah, attention. Another note: if you have parents, or if you're living with parents, fortunately, I live away from my parents. But if you have parents, tell them when you're studying, do your chores, because you don't want them to nag you around and say, oh, you haven't done your dishes. Wash the dishes. If it's your turn, you have siblings to do the laundry, do it. Do it now. Vacuum now. Do that thing you forgot to do. Don't wait for your parents to remind you when it's time to revise. Put things first. So, yeah. If you want to have your full attention, make sure you've done everything you need to do so that you can concentrate and study. Attention. So my other one is my other abbreviation for SMART for letter R is for repetition. Let me just show you something I do for repetition. This has helped me get good grades in biology. What I would do is I would put stars. I don't know if you can see there. And those stars are symbols or just notations for me to indicate how many times I have gone through this topic. And so what I would do is I would use color indication so that I know that when it's red, I was there trying to understand everything, get the small details into my brain. And the black stars represents the other times where I went through it. And so what I would do is I would try and understand the whole thing, and you may not understand everything, so I would do this. For example, I would study these 2 pages and these 2 pages probably for a day, and these pages are, you know, full of information. And what I would do is, instead of moving on to the next 2 pages the day after, I would go back and study the same 2 pages and the other 2 pages that I did, so that I can reinforce what I've learned and the things that I didn't learn the day before. So I would learn and revise. Learn and revise. The more you recap, the more you reinforce your memory and the more you remember stuff. And so that's what I would do. I would study, try and learn everything, and then the next day I would recap so that I reinforce what I've learned, and if anything I missed out, again, I'm repeating myself, that's the point, then I will remember it more. And then finally, my last abbreviation for SMART, T, stands for trust. You have to trust in yourself. You can study there for 3 hours, and if you have this attitude that I'm only gonna get a C, I'm not that clever, I'm gonna fail, then that's not even a motivation, that's discouraging. And if you don't have trust in yourself, then you'll become a self-defeatist. If you think you're only gonna get a C when you've spent hours and hours revising, then that will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you don't have trust in yourself, in your work, in your effort, then I don't know if you're gonna do well. It's all about attitude. So you need to trust in something. If your teachers, friends trust you and they believe that you will do well, if you put hard work, then don't let them down. Don't let their trust down. Or if your parents have good, belief that you will do well, and or your peers, your girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend, your pet that keeps barking, whatever it may be, your teddy bear. Am I trying to be funny? That's not funny, isn't it? But anyway, trust in yourself. So that when you're revising, you're not there with a self-defeatist approach, and you actually believe that revision will get you a better grade. And so yeah, have that good positive attitude. Like me, I have faith in God, so I don't just revise, revise 3 hours. Yeah, I'm gonna do well. I'm gonna get A-star. No, I don't. Frankly, I don't have that trust. So I put my faith in God, and I unite my work. Or if you're religious, well, what I do is I would pray before I study biology. Pray again. Thank the Lord for what I've learned. Then I pray again when I study psychology. Dedicate all my works to Him, so that my efforts, I believe, is not in vain. I'm uniting my efforts to the Infinite One, who has all the wisdom, the knowledge, and understanding. And I do it all not just for my glory, or it's not for my glory, but for His glory. And so, yeah, this is where I put my trust in. And frankly, it works for me, because I wasn't that kind of guy that ever thought that I would excel in academia. I was that kind of guy that just want to get buffed, like yeah, and do well in sports and in the sports field, and people cheering my name. Yeah, go Kim, yeah, run faster, shoot the ball, woo. No, I never thought I would do well in academia. I just thought that, hey, I'm just a sporty guy. I don't have brains, but I trusted in the Lord. I worked hard. I had trust in myself. Yeah, I did have a bit of trust in myself, and so I excelled. So my encouragement is trust in yourself, trust in the people that trust in you. If you have faith in God, trust in God. And I hope you non-believers out there are not offended, but I'd like to quote Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which has helped me a lot, which goes, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. So again, I want to remind you for my SMART abbreviation. S, study. Just study it. M, moderately. A, attention. R, repetition. And then T for trust. And I hope you will do well in your exams. You'll be successful. You have that positive attitude. I could have talked about exercising, eating healthily, so that you can concentrate well, study early so that you can have better memory consolidation. But for revision's sake, that's my tips. Study smart.